The story of the human immunodeficiency virus. HIV was first identified in the 1980s and has since rapidly spread around the world. While treatments have improved, many poor nations are still being ravished by the virus. To start, the portal of entry often defines the virus itself, but it is also vital to fully understand the portal of entry to know how to contain and eliminate infections on the large scale. The most common portal of entry for HIV is when blood or contaminated body fluids of an HIV-positive person enters the genitals of a susceptible person during sex. Additionally, the direct insertion of HIV-positive blood or bodily fluids into a naive person's body through a contaminated needle is a frequent portal of entry. Once HIV has gotten past the portal of entry, it will bind to a receptor on the CD4 immune cell, which is its main target. In order to enter the CD4 cell, HIV will fuse the membrane of the immune cell to its own viral membrane. The use of reverse transcriptase is key for the conversion of HIV RNA to DNA, which is subsequently able to insert itself into the host DNA, taking over the host processes, which allows it to make HIV. HIV uses the process of budding to infect other CD4 T cells. Eventually, the CD4 cells will lyse and the immune system will not be able to mount a sufficient response to fight off HIV because so many CD4 T cells are dying. On the large scale, diagnostic testing is key for the containment of infections because people that test HIV positive can be appropriately treated to prevent them from passing on to a susceptible person. While every person in the world cannot be tested, a significant increase in testing in hard-hit areas would be very effective at slowing down the spread of HIV. There are currently 3 types of diagnostic tests: antigen, antibody, and nucleic acid. Nucleic acid testing detects the current presence of the virus in someone's blood, but is expensive and used less frequently. HIV is unique in that it typically manifests as flu-like symptoms 3 weeks after the infection, and commonly won't show any other clinical manifestations until it has progressed to AIDS. The most important part of eliminating HIV and stopping the progression into AIDS is prevalent use of treatment. Antiretroviral therapy has been successful at keeping the virus at undetectable levels by inhibiting reverse transcriptase and protease, which prevents HIV from replicating. The U.S. has largely controlled the HIV outbreak with the use of antiretroviral therapy that is readily available for most and can extend the life of those with HIV to a near normal amount. However, broken healthcare systems in poor countries with the highest disease burden do not readily have access to these treatments and are having trouble effectively controlling the spread.